Everyone, so today we're at the Bayernhof Museum in O'Hara Township. To get here you need to drive through Sharpsburg and get on Katanning Pike, and from there it's only a few minutes away. I'd say about not even 5 minutes. It's on St. Charles Place, and you can actually see the Highland Park Bridge from the back door. The Bayernhof Museum is actually considered a music museum because it's full of antique automatic music machines and music boxes. There are also many other items here because this used to be the home of Charles B. Brown III, which there is a portrait of him up here on the wall. That's him up there. When he passed away, they left everything almost exactly as it is because what he wanted was for other people to be able to come and enjoy his music machine collection. I am so excited to be here today because I feel like there's so much here that you could use with your students in the classroom. I believe you could cross content areas. There's much history here involving Germany because Mr. Brown was German. And these chairs here and the table actually, they were carved from wood from the Black Forest. They've got animals depicted on the backs of the chairs. Who visited the Black Forest? The Grimm brothers when they were writing their fairy tales, so I think that this table is a very interesting part of history. We could also cross content areas with music because of all of the machines that are here. There are some in every room. I can't play them for you, but you should definitely come hear them because some of them are loud, some of them are soft, some of them make sounds that you definitely wouldn't expect. We could talk about the types of music, even how they were made, when they were made, which would be like in the 1900s or the 1800s. Some of them, they're all from different countries as well. This photo player here, or Seesburg Pipe Organ Orchestra, is my favorite. It was used for sounds in silent films, for the music with the piano. It also had a roll that played a specific type of music, but it also made the sounds for the horse's hooves, sirens, train whistles, babies crying, sounds of footsteps running, and many other things. I also feel like we could cross content areas with art because he has artwork in every room. He actually has several paintings or photographs in every room in the house. Such as here, we have the Neuschwanstein Castle. It was a painting, and the castle itself is Disney's inspiration for Cinderella's castle, which is pretty awesome. Along with that, we also have here King Ludwig II. He was the king of Bavaria. He was also known as the fairy tale king. Mr. Brown has many things of him throughout the house as well. I believe he actually bankrupted Bavaria before he died. If we wanted, we could also talk about different types of game machines and the fortune tellers and things like that because they also have certain history, even this old cash register here. But I came in this room for the artwork as well. This mural in the ceiling is painted windows, which Mr. Brown sent back multiple times to be fixed because he didn't quite like them right at first, but we could talk about what the scenes are depicted as, how they're made, things like that for art and crossing the content area. Mr. Brown also has a very large collection of Hummels in his house with the plates and everything like that, so students could even figure out about the history of Hummels. If you come here, I'm not going to go up this set of stairs, but they lead up to a telescope that he has in the ceiling that has a retractable roof where you could sit up and look at the stars. And if you come, you also find out that there are several secret passages in this house. I'm not going to go through any of them because I'd like to leave them as a surprise, but if you come, they're going to ask you if you could figure out where they are when you're in the particular rooms. In this room, we have Mr. Brown's pool room with a beautiful view of some of the city out there with the Highland Park Bridge in the distance. But I came into this room partially for the pool because, as you can see, it's got a little bridge, a large pool. There's normally a waterfall running. I think that it's very interesting and unusual for a person to have. So we could talk about maybe even why people want pools in their houses. I don't know. But I came in here mainly for the artwork. There are murals all over the walls in here, painted depictions of scenes from Germany. So students could even take a look at these artwork and then see if they could figure out where they are in Germany, like the Neuschwanstein Castle up there again. But they wrap around the entire room. The artwork in here is just fantastic, like everywhere else in the house. So we could even find out who painted these for him and why he chose the scenes that he did. If you bring your students here, they should probably be at least in the 10th grade, partially because he does have a bar in every room and they do mention it on the tour, but also because I think elementary school students would be a little bored here. A lot of the history is for older kids. So along with the art, the history, and the music that we could talk about in here, we could also talk about how Mr. Brown was involved in Pittsburgh. I believe he has some sort of hall of memories downstairs with a lot of different artifacts and paperwork where students could learn a little bit more about Pittsburgh. Here, I believe, pretty much students could research an item that catches their interest. They could write a paper on it. They could draw or make a project about the item that they found that was very interesting, because they could literally pick any item in this entire house and do research on it in the classroom. And I think it's a good way to get them interested in learning by coming here, and especially by letting them choose what they would like to research. I hope everyone comes here to visit. You have to call to book a tour, but it's $10, and I promise it's definitely worth it. The tour is only about, an hour and a half to 3 hours, depending on your tour guide, but I definitely promise you it is worth it. Thank you.